Hi everyone, it's Kate from the Fold Line. I am back this week with the edit. I hope you're well and having a nice weekend. We've got to some fantastic patterns this week to talk you through, and I'm going to get cracking. So first one we've got is the Friday Pattern Company Collins Dress and Top. This is their last release for a while because Chelsea is going off on maternity leave. So yeah, it's a lovely pattern actually. So it's a jersey pattern, this one. Sizing on it is a UK 6 to 34. I will add that it's cut with B, C and CD cup sizing as well, which is great. So you can either make this as a top, a mini dress, or a long dress. It's got this really beautiful curved neckline. It's kind of square, but not too square. The straps are kind of quite wide, almost feel like cap sleeves. Very 90s in its feeling, which I love. You can see actually also, if I show you some pictures, that Chelsea's actually wearing it when she's pregnant, so it would work well as a maternity dress, as if that's what you're looking for. But I really just love it. I just think it's a good kind of core basic. It's got some interesting details to make it feel a bit more special. I love the kind of that drop. If I show you the back is slightly lower than the front, but I feel like it's not low enough so that you'd be still wearing a bra. I'm sure you would, yeah. I think it's bra friendly. But yeah, it's a lovely pattern. So if you are looking for something like that, I feel like this dress would be really nice for now, kind of moving into autumn time, in the UK, that is. So yes, that one is there for you. Next up, we've got a new pattern from Chris Sews. This is called the Kite dress. This is actually really great. So before I get into this, Chris Sews patterns are zero waste. So the difference is when you buy this pattern is that you get, rather than pieces of paper that you traditionally pin onto your fabric and cut out, you get instructions of how to draw your pattern pieces directly onto the fabric. So there isn't a specific size range because it's purely calculated on your measurements. So if you haven't used them before, they're actually a really fun way of working and quite different to kind of traditional paper pattern. It's PDF only. And let me show you the line drawing so you can see what's going on. It's a really simple dress actually, kind of nice like curved neckline, sleeveless, and then you can see there's quite a lot of flare in the dress, and that is shaped with a little belt, a kind of strip belt that you can make. I like that the belt on it's quite wide as well. It feels like quite a big feature, but it's a nice like simple one. You can also make it, you can see here, with little kind of cap sleeves as well. But yeah, quite a versatile piece. So if you are looking for something and want to have a bit more of a, it's quite nice to kind of challenge yourself and sew differently, then this one is definitely worth having a look at. We've got a drop of patterns from the assembly line, which is very exciting. I will add that because the assembly line patterns are all paper, and they have changed their patterns. So they used to have split sizing, and now they're all together, so you don't need to, you just pick one, and it's got all of them on there. So the sizing is a UK 8 to 30. Right, the first one we've got is the smocked dress. Now, if you haven't come across the assembly line before, they do understated, elegant, simple, very chic patterns, and this one definitely falls into that bracket for me. So let's have a look at the line drawing. You see V-neck, there's a seam down the centre front, bust starts, then the detail is in the shirring, which is in 3 lines kind of around just below your bust, and then there's also some up here, up at the top of your shoulder as well, so there's another 3 up there, which I think is really nice. It adds something kind of different. They always do their samples in a really dark fabric, and it's actually quite hard to see the detail on them, so that's why I've kind of showed you the line drawing, because otherwise you kind of miss some of it. But yeah, that feels like a very nice simple summer dress if you want to make something like that. Then we've got from them quite a dressy pattern, so it's called the flutter sleeve dress. Sizing this is again a UK 8 to 30. If I show the line drawing, we can see what's going on. So this dress has 2 different sleeve options, and they're both quite different. And they really actually change the look of and feel of the dress. So you can see that it's quite interestingly cut, this pattern. So you can see there are seams that run down kind of 2/3 of the way across the front of the body. Then the variation I'm showing you now of the flutter sleeve, you can see the sleeve is then cut into that seam, which I really like. Very elegant, really great kind of sleeve. I think you would definitely, as you can see from the sample, want to make this into something lovely and drapey. But I just love those panels. I think you can have quite a lot of fun with those and a bit of a play around. The other option is for this really big extreme statement sleeve. So you can see from the line drawing how much kind of fabric there is in the sleeve head, and then that's gathered into quite a kind of chunky cuff that sits, I guess it's kind of 3/4 length sleeve. Yeah, I guess it kind of sits, yeah, kind of midway up. But I really like the proportions of it, and I think it works really well actually, this in a dark fabric, because it feels, well, you can make it in whatever you want, but the kind of silhouette is really accentuated in dark fabric. But yeah, it's a really great pattern. So if you haven't seen those yet, those are there. We've got 2 more from the assembly line. The first one is the fitted waist t-shirt, and I love this. I think it's such a good pattern. So again, paper only. Sizing on this one is a UK 8 to 30. Let me show you the line drawing. So it's made in a jersey fabric, so it is a stretch fabric. It's cut with a kind of boat neck. You can see that it's got drop shoulder, wide cut sleeves, and then the interesting thing is it's got these fishtail darts around, I guess just below the bust, and it's got them each side here. So you've got one that's slightly longer than the other. It mirrors on the back of it, and I just love it. I think it's a really interesting take on a classic tee. It really elevates it. I think it's super chic. You can see here how they've styled it in an outfit that's all one colour, and I think it works really well. And I just love the idea of, it looks really smart, doesn't it? It looks really chic and elegant. I think you could wear this to an event and you'd feel so comfortable and smug that you were in jersey and everyone else was in kind of things that don't move as much. But I really love that. And then the last pattern from them is the assembly line A-line tunic. And again, this is paper only, comes in a UK 8 to 30. So let's have a look at the line drawing. It's got this really interesting neckline. So it's kind of like a V, but then it squares off at the bottom. It's got bust darts, and then you can see that it's got a dropped hem, and there's quite a lot of, it's cut so that it's quite loose and floaty. I really love the proportion of it being lower at the back than the front. I think it makes it really interesting. I love this. I think they've had such a these 4 patterns, they've had such an interesting play with proportion and silhouette. And yeah, if you like their patterns, because they do have very loyal following, I think at least one of these will kind of float your boat. But yeah, I like, also the other thing I like is the wide cut sleeve on this. Yeah, I think it's a great one. So next up, we've got a lovely pattern from So Liberated. It's called the Missive bag. It's PDF only. It's super cute. It's like a little kind of, I guess it's quite a compact bag. So it's not probably not your everyday bag, but basically it just looks, it's cute because it basically looks like an envelope. I really like it. The strap is adjustable, so you can have it over your shoulder, or you can wear it cross body depending on what you like. But it's really sweet, and they've done, which I like, they've done quite a lot of embroidery on it, so there's lots of ways for you to have fun with this. But yeah, this is a sort of bag where you put your keys, your phone, a lipstick, oh, when do we wear lipstick? Lip salve, you know, a snack for a child, and you're gone. So yeah, it's a nice little pattern. So if you, oh, I haven't said, it also has a zip inside, which is nice, very handy. So that is there. Then we have got, last but not least, a really great staple from Chalk and Notch. It's called the Test Dress and Top. So let me show you the line drawing for this one. It's basically a very simple t-shirt dress with different options. You can make it sleeveless, you can have short sleeve, you can have long sleeve, and then the top length, you can either have it cropped or kind of, I guess, a kind of standard length. But again, it's got that kind of different, it's got different neckline options. So you can make it kind of, the top sits quite higher, the t-shirts are cut a bit lower, and you can obviously interchange whichever you would like. But yeah, if it's a really good sort of versatile pattern, I think if you like those sort of styles, it's the sort of thing that you'll reach for, I feel like, season after season, because it's so useful. The dress, I should say, has slits up the side. Haven't told you anything important. Sizing is a UK 8 to 30. It's PDF only for this pattern. But yeah, it's a really fantastic one. So if you are looking for a good basic, this one is definitely worth having a look at. So that is it from me this week. I hope that was useful and you found something nice. We'll be back next week with another video. Bye.